Hey guys, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Sunday School with us again. So excited to be back with you, and we hope you all are doing well. Uh, we've got a great lesson this morning as we celebrate Mother's Day. Uh, for the art activity today, Nancy wants me to remind you to take a walk and collect things from nature. But we want you to go on a walk with a grown-up, so with one of your parents, your mom or your dad. Make sure you go with a grown-up on your walk. And you're going to want to bring a bag so that you can pick up some of the materials along the way. Things to look for are like leaves and pine cones and seed cone pods and flowers. But what we want to remind you though is don't go to your mom's roses and cut your mom's roses or the neighbor's flowers unless you have permission. But we look forward to seeing what you create, and we just know that we love each of you. We want to especially thank Olive and her mom Jackie and her sister Annabelle for doing our communion today. They did a great job, and I'm sure you'll all enjoy. Well, happy Mother's Day to all our moms, and with this time we're going to head over and going to see the winning images for our New Testament Hall of Fame, as well as the pictures that you've sent us of you and your mom.
Well, your votes are in. Here are your pictures as well as the winning images for the New Testament Hall of Fame. This was a great selection. Jesus cooking some fish at the lakeshore. Did this picture make anybody else laugh? It made me laugh. This was a great picture. Then we got this one, Jesus cooking fish, and you can just imagine Peter jumping off the boat, swimming through the lake to get to Jesus on the lake shore. And we got this one, another great one, with Jesus and Peter talking while the other disciples are gathered around, eating some fish. Now we got some pictures of your artwork. Here's Lily and Jolene working on their Earth Day globes. Love the Earth. Wow, you guys are doing a great job. Here they are hard at work on their coffee filter flowers. Look at all those coffee filters they colored. Aren't they beautiful? Here they are with their finished flowers. Those are beautiful, guys. Those are beautiful. Now we go to Olive's. Look at those butterflies that Olive painted and decorated. Aren't they pretty? Do you see the one that's hiding in the aloe plant? And look at that sun catcher. That is beautiful, Olive. That looks like a stained glass window. Here's Olive's leaf prints. Those are really great, Olive. You did a really good job with those. You can see the veins of the leaves. And congratulations to Lily and Jolene on guessing all the animals in Name That Baby Animal game in our junior youth group here recently. There's those that still want to guess all the baby animals. You can do that and send your guesses in to Eric to win a prize. Now let's honor our moms and wish them all a happy Mother's Day. Well, here's Graham's mom and their daughter Anna. I wonder if Graham's mom is looking for an article written by Graham. You know, Graham wrote for the newspaper for a long time. He's a really talented writer. There's Nancy's mom. Doesn't she look a lot like Nancy? You can really see it in the eyes and the smile. There's me and my mom and dad, Pat and Stu. This was when I got my first call to Virginia. There's Morgan and her mom, Carrie. Don't they look a lot alike with the smile and the eyes? There's Olive and her sister Annabelle and their mom Jackie, all dressed up for Easter. Aren't those two little guys cute? Well, Now, but they probably wouldn't want me to call them cute. Now I will say they are very handsome gentlemen. That's Kibwe and Chinawa, and their mom, Denise. Well, there's Sophia and her mom, Amanda. And it looks like the ducks are following you guys. There's Lily and Jolene and Benjamin. And wow, isn't Benjamin growing? And their mom, Meg. Well, thank you all for sending your pictures and your votes and your artwork. And can I just say, you all have some amazing moms. You really do. So today, I hope you're taking time to just tell them how awesome they are. And we would love to hear about some of the special things you did for your mom this week. We wish all of our moms a happy Mother's Day. Well, it's time to head to Sunday school, so let's join in singing the books of the New Testament song.
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, Acts, and next is Romans, 1st and 2nd Corinthians, Galatians and Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians, 1st and 2nd Timothy, Titus and Philemon, Hebrews, James, 1st and 2nd Peter, 1st and 2nd, 3rd John, Jude, and Revelation.
Now, we're going to take the quiz, this week's quiz, a little bit later, and if you want to stop now, I'll give you a hint of where you can find two of the answers. One is in the book of Luke, Luke 2, 41 through 51, and John 2, 1 through 11. The final question, you're going to take your best guess. Okay, now I'm going to tell you about a song we're going to sing. The theme we've had since January is following the path of Jesus. And so I thought today, let's do a song that's kind of along that path. It's called I Want Jesus to Walk With Me. It's a old African-American spiritual, and I want you to get up, and I'm going to talk the words through, and we're going to have some motions with this, have some fun with it. I want Jesus to walk with me. I want Jesus to walk with me all along my pilgrim journey. Oh, I want Jesus to walk with me. Now, the next part is called In My Trials. In my trials, Lord, oh, walk with me. In my trials, Lord, oh, walk with me. When my heart is almost breaking, oh, I want Jesus to walk with me. And the final one is, when I'm troubled, Lord, walk with me. When I'm troubled, Lord, walk with me. When my head is bowed in sorrow, oh, I want Jesus to walk with me. Okay, now we're going to do it with the music. Here we go. I want Jesus to walk with me. I want Jesus to walk with me all along my pilgrim journey. Oh, I want Jesus to walk with me. In my trials, Lord, walk with me. In my trials, Lord, walk with me. When my heart is almost breaking, oh, I want Jesus to walk with me. When I'm troubled, Lord, walk with me. When I'm troubled, Lord, walk with me. When my head is bowed in sorrow, oh, I want Jesus to walk with me. Here's our quiz for today, and this is about Mary, the mother of Jesus. When Mary and Joseph hurried back to Jerusalem to find missing 12-year-old Jesus, Mary was A, relieved to find him safe, B, angered by her son's actions, C, proud that her son is teaching in the temple, and D, A, B, and C. Your answer? The correct answer is A, B, and C. If you answered any of them, you are correct. So give yourself credit for that one, regardless of whether you picked A, B, and C. At the wedding at Cana, Mary turned to Jesus for help when the wedding party ran out of A, lamb, B, wine, C, hot dogs. Your answer? The correct answer is B, wine. In the Catholic Church, the mother of Jesus is often referred to as A, Hail Mary, B, Mary, Mary, quite contrary, or C, Saint Mary. Your answer? The correct answer is C, Saint Mary. Thanks for taking the quiz. On this Mother's Day, I'm going to tell a story about Mary, the mother of Jesus. She is among the most revered mothers in history. She was strong, kind, loving, and faithful, a wonderful mother to her son throughout his extraordinary life. I've gleaned this story from the Bible, Everlasting Stories, and the Bible for Children from Good Books. Like other stories we've told in recent months, you'll see various artist depictions, this time of Mary, including this image and the image that was just shown. We have 20 images this week instead of the usual 10. So pick your two favorites for our New Testament Hall of Fame. Now for our story, titled Mary Was There, A Remarkable Mother's Journey. Mary was there when the announcement came from the Emperor Caesar Augustus that he had ordered his officials to collect the names of every person living in the Roman Empire. That meant Mary and Joseph had to register in Bethlehem, where his family came from, so that no one would be missed and avoid paying taxes. Mary was close to giving birth, but still had to ride a donkey, or some say walk, the 90 miles from their home in Nazareth to Bethlehem. But she made it. Mary was there when she and Joseph arrived in Bethlehem on a winter night, only to learn that there was no room at the inn. "There's only the stable for the animals," the innkeeper said. "That's all the space I've got. You can sleep on the hay." Joseph complained, but Mary took it in stride. She smiled and said, "I'll be all right in the hay. It's very comfortable." As she lay down, she felt her first birth pangs. Soon, in the middle of the night, the baby was born. Mary wrapped him in cloths and put him down to sleep in the manger. Mary was there, always a welcoming presence. Soon after Jesus was born, Mary and Joseph welcomed 3 strangers, the wise men from the east who had followed the star to Bethlehem. They came to worship baby Jesus, bringing him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh, and Mary watched proudly with Joseph. Mary was there when Joseph had a dream, and word spread quickly that jealous King Herod wanted no rivals, particularly a baby boy they were calling the King of the Jews. Herod sent soldiers to Bethlehem to kill every boy child less than 2 years old. To protect their precious child, Mary and Joseph fled south to Egypt and remained there until terrible old Herod died. Then, when it was safe, they returned to Nazareth, where Jesus spent his childhood years in a loving household. Mary was there when she traveled with 12-year-old Jesus, Joseph, and others from Nazareth to the annual Passover feast in Jerusalem. After the festival, They were well on their way back home when Mary noticed that Jesus wasn't with them. After waiting a bit and still no Jesus, Mary became very worried, as any mother would. So she and Joseph returned to Jerusalem, where, after a seemingly endless search, they found Jesus in the temple, asking questions and discussing scriptures with the wisest teachers in Jerusalem, all of whom were astonished by the boy's wisdom. "How could you put me through such misery?" Mary said, rushing into the middle of them with both relief and rage. "We have been so worried about you." Jesus answered, "Why did you have to look for me? Didn't you know that I had to be in my Father's house?" Mary and Joseph didn't understand, but Jesus followed them obediently back to Nazareth. And Mary continued to think deeply about what had happened, holding his words in her heart. She was proud of him. Mary was there at the wedding at Cana when she overheard a servant say, "We've run out of wine." So Mary stepped up and helped solve a problem. Knowing that it would bring disgrace upon the bridegroom's family if guests were forced to drink water instead of wine, she turned to Jesus to work some quick wonders. "Why are you asking this of me?" he said. "You know that my time has not yet come." As Mary stood humbly and quietly, Jesus stopped protesting and complied with his mother's wishes. He asked the servants to fill 6 large jars with water. Once filled, the master of the feast sampled some and said, "Excellent vintage, the best I have ever drunk." The water had been turned into wine. Mary later joined her son and his disciples on many of their journeys, witnessing other miracles he performed. Mary was there when Jesus was crucified, showing her steadfast love despite what had to be the worst moment of her life. She was there when Jesus looked down from the cross and instructed the disciple John to look after his mother. "Woman, behold thy son," he said to her, and to John he said, "Behold thy mother." Mary was there after the final reported appearance of the resurrected Jesus. She gathered in Jerusalem with his disciples, now called apostles or teachers, and other family members and followers. They all began to pray together and wait for the Holy Spirit to descend on them. And Mary is here today. She is represented in tributes and statues around the world, including one in front of the church on Ellsworth Street in Albany, a church named in her honor, Our Lady of Perpetual Help, St. Mary's Catholic Church. What a great mother we remember on this Mother's Day.
Greetings, friends. I hope you've been able to get outside and enjoy this spring weather. I have, and I've been out collecting things around in the park next door and in my yard. And today we're going to make nature mandalas. In your packet, you're going to get a sheet that looks like this, and it will have some samples of mandalas that other people made. So first thing to do is to just take a little walk and collect some things. And I have a collection here, as you can see. I won't probably use all of them, but you need lots of certain things. Like I have cones, and I have some flower heads from chive, and some of these wonderful helicopters from maple trees and feathers. So just a collection. It could be rocks, it could be whatever you're finding as you go out and take a nice walk. The first thing I'm going to do is start with something in the center. And this is a flower from my yard. And then I'm going to start with some green. And I'm going to create a pattern. And you get to decide how you want yours to look. And I'm just going to keep building it. Okay, now I think I want to add some color to it. So I'm going to take some of the chive blossoms And you can create yours in a spot where other people will see it. They come along and find this wonderful pattern of things from nature. And then I think I'm going to add some of these helicopters from the maple tree. And you'll notice that I'm working kind of in a symmetrical pattern. What's on the left is also on the right, and what's on the top is also at the bottom. So you need to have, as you can see, a number of the same thing to kind of create that pattern. All right, now, oops. Now I think I'll add some pine cones. So there's an endless variety of what you can do here. You get to choose. You get to change it as you want. You could make one, and then when the seasons change, you can come back and put different items from nature as the seasons change into your mandala. And I think I'll finish with the pine cones for now. All right. So for today, I'm done with my mandala. I'll come back on another day and change it. And I think I'm going to move mine to a place where people walking by can see it. And have a good week. And now you're off to some communion.
His disciples, he took the bread, broke it, and blessed it. Take, eat. This is my body, broken for you. He took the cup, poured the juice, and said, This is my blood, poured for many. Do this in remembrance of me.
The song Weave is a perfect way for us to end our Sunday school this week on Mother's Day. Among the words are weave us together in unity and love. And isn't that what many of our mothers do or have done in our families? They're often the ones that weave us together in unity and love. The song was written by an outstanding musician, composer, music educator, and retreat leader whose name is Rosemary Crow. She's retired now, living in Asheville, North Carolina, and she's writing a book about her life experiences. I mailed a letter to Rosemary recently asking her for permission to use the song in a video. She gladly granted that permission, and then she added a little story. Quote, You may be interested in knowing that Weave was written for another Graham. He was Australian and spelled Graham with an E. I don't have an E on the end of my name, it's just M, but his is M-E on the end. He came to our Episcopal parish as a rector, and in his first sermon he said that he felt God had led him to us, and it would be exciting to see how God would weave our lives together. She added, I knew the Quaker saying, the Christ in me greets the Christ in thee. So those two ideas inspired Weave, which Rosemary wrote in 1979. Weave can be found in the Girl Scouts songbook, as well as in our Disciples of Christ Chalice hymnal on page 495. And it's sung in many churches around the country and the world. So thank you, Rosemary, for the great work you've done over the years and for granting us permission to include Weave in our Mother's Day Sunday School video. And now Chris will lead us in Weave.
Hi, Graham asked me to play some music for you on my cello. I don't know if you know what what a cello is, but here it is. I've been playing it since I was about 9 or 10. I was in 4th grade when I chose it. And I'm going to play a song called Weave Us Together. The words are weave, weave, weave us together. Weave us together in unity and love. Weave, weave, weave us together. Weave us together, together in love. I can't play and sing at the same time, so you'll be the ones who sing once you get the tune, okay?
Thank you so much, Chris. That was great. Now, all of you, be sure to wish your mother or those who show you motherly love a very happy Mother's Day today. And may the peace of Christ be with you. Have a great week. Bye-bye.